Hello, my name is J.D. Jensen. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Spring, Texas. This is my project car, the FourLogic Gecko. I saw an episode of a British TV show where the host was driving a micro car called a Peel P50 through the streets of London, and I thought it was hilarious watching people's reaction as he drove a car that was barely bigger than himself around town. I got to thinking, I said, what if I put a bike motor in one of those? That would be sweet. I realized that car was too small to even fit anything bigger than the little 50cc that was in it. So I started looking for some bigger cars. I looked at Fiat 500s, larger cars than this little micro car, but still very small cars, and found that they were all impractical or ridiculously expensive. So I said, why not build it myself? I got down on paper. I spent 8 months on paper drawing design plan after design plan, throwing this one away, starting another one, starting from scratch, throwing that one away. I finally, after 4 major redesigns and numerous suspension component redesigns, seat brackets, all those were redesigned many times, I came up with something I liked and I started building it. I went down to my steel shop, had my grandpa fab me up some steel. He cut it to the first preliminary dimensions, and then I took it over from there. I cut all the right angles, all the holes, all your mounting brackets, everything like that. I welded the entire frame. Everything on here was all built from scratch by myself. This car started as literally nothing. Based on nothing, created from nothing, except for my own designs. And after working on it for nearly a year now, what you see here is what I have. While it doesn't look that complete, the car is about 65% done. I've got all the rear suspension completed, engine mounted, drivetrain ready to be assembled. I've got the frame completed. Right now I'm just finishing up my front suspension, so the car will be sitting on its own 4 wheels very shortly. And the rest, you can see for yourself. It uses coilovers off of a Kawasaki Teryx that I bought off of eBay Motors. It uses hubs, spindles, and a differential limited slip out of a Mazda Miata that were also purchased off of eBay Motors. My starter motor, also from the same place, is going to be my reverse gear. It's going to be hooked up to a sprocket next to the main drive sprocket on my differential, which will end up, when a button is pressed, pushing the car into reverse. My engine is a 1000cc Honda CBR motorcycle engine. Comes out of a 2004 model year motorcycle. Good for about 170 horsepower, 150 to the ground. That'll help push my car, which comes in at about 900 pounds, from 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Moving forward, my racing seats came from eBay Motors. I got a smoking great deal on them. Couldn't pass it up and had to buy them as soon as I saw them on there. I think they're the most stylish seats I've had in any car I've ever owned, and I wouldn't trade them for anything else. Other little things, my front spindles, which you'll see over on the front right corner in my pile of uncompleted suspension here, also came from eBay Motors. There's another shock and coilover off of the Kawasaki Teryx. I've gotten several other parts off the eBay Motors, including my steering wheel, some of my pedal assemblies, my motorcycle header, some of the electronic components, including my wiring harness, my ECU, all were purchased from eBay Motors. I spend hours and hours a week looking on eBay Motors, trying to find the best deal I can, and they are there. I got a limited slip differential out of a Mazda Miata for $26 to my door. I don't think you can beat that anywhere else, not even on any other website. So without eBay Motors, this car wouldn't be here, because a poor college student like myself, I can't exactly afford to buy $1,800 differentials that are going to be top of the line, top quality. I find the good stuff off of eBay Motors, and I can get it cheap. I'm 19 years old. I undertook the challenge of researching, developing, finding out what I need to do to create, develop, and build a car from scratch. I called this car a FourLogic Gecko. Gecko because my original concept sketches looked like a gecko, and FourLogic because it represents the 4 key logics that I think of when I think of where automotive technology is heading. It's going to be performance, handling, affordability, and economy. This car is going to go 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and still get 30-35 miles to the gallon out of a 1-liter 4-cylinder engine. It's these kind of innovations that I would like to see at SEMA, where I can see where the automotive world is going in the next couple of years and help me design a better car in the future.